If you are looking to be a stay-at-home mom, or you are a stay-at-home mom and you need some sort of side hustle, then this is the video for you, because I have been a stay-at-home mom now for about 2.5 years, and I have had several different jobs, and all of these jobs I have personally done because I don't want it to be like some vague information. These are all things that I have actually done as a stay-at-home mom. So the first job I'm going to recommend is, of course, if you watch this channel, virtual assisting. That is what I have been doing for basically the past 2.5 years, even longer. I started before I became a mom, and I am still a virtual assistant to this day. I love virtual assisting because it is really varied. You can get paid a good amount of money, so more than minimum wage. You work flexible hours at home depending on who you're working for. And honestly, it is just a fantastic option. How I found a job was, my current job, at least, I honestly just looked up at LinkedIn and I applied for a job. I know there's a lot of people who talk about there being scams for virtual assistants. I have a whole video all about how not to get scammed, and I will post that video in the description down below in case you are interested in that. Now, I will also say I've had clients as a virtual assistant just from my website. I've had it from word of mouth. Once you become a virtual assistant, there's a lot of different ways to get jobs. There's not just one. It's not just applying for jobs. And how much I made with this job is anywhere from, when I was starting out, I offered a deal for like $10 an hour. That was just for a week. And then now I charge anywhere from $30 to $50 an hour. And I have a video all about different tasks I've done as well that I will also post in the description. The second job I've done as a stay-at-home mom is photography. Now, this one's a really, really popular job I've seen with stay-at-home moms because you are mostly working like on a weekend or an evening, and usually your spouse, if you are with somebody, they can watch the kids, or you can usually get childcare. It's like a lot easier to get childcare, I think, in the evenings. And so this is a really popular option. When it comes to editing the pictures, you get to edit the pictures on your own time at home, and it's really just about getting that product delivered. Personally, I have not done a lot of this, but I have gotten paid anywhere from $50 to $100 per session, which is really, really on the low end. Photographers in my area, they charge usually from $50 to $1,000 per session. Depending on how good you get, you can charge more, and really, there's just like so much potential based on your niche as well. For instance, like doing a graduation photo shoot, you're probably not going to get paid as much as doing a newborn photo shoot. Newborn photos, maternity photos, like engagement, wedding photography, those are ways to make a lot of money. Now, I'm not saying you can't make a lot of money even doing graduations, but it's so common to know when you're gonna do a wedding, or if you're gonna have a wedding, you're gonna be paying probably thousands of dollars for photos. I do have a friend who is a photographer and a stay-at-home mom, and she charges about $300 plus per session, and she is always booked every weekend, fully booked, and she's making a really good living off of this. The third job I've done is a little bit unconventional, and that is working events. And this is an in-person job. I know a lot of stay-at-home moms don't think about that, but a couple years ago, when we just needed a little bit of extra money and I didn't really want to take on another client for virtual assisting, I decided to work at sports events. And these were really awesome because it's on a weekend, and usually my husband is home on the weekend. He can watch our sons. And so that was a great option. I really liked the company I worked for as well because I could choose which events I wanted to work for. So I think that working events, whether it's like weddings, a wedding venue would be a great example, or a sports venue, they are always looking to hire people to do things like take tickets or clean up or, tear down, basically help them with like all the little mundane things. And I actually really enjoyed working at sports events and doing all those mundane things because it was just so different than my life as a stay-at-home mom. So that is another option, and I've gotten paid about $13 an hour doing this. Usually you're gonna probably look at a minimum wage job for this or just a little bit more. Another thing I have done, and I kind of mentioned this a little bit, is wedding videography, or really just videography in general. And I really have loved this because you can get paid a lot of money. The potential to make a lot of money with videography, any sort of event videography is there. So weddings, I mean, it is so common to spend thousands of dollars for wedding videography. And it is really hard. It's a lot of work, so there's a reason for that. But I've also done adoptions, and I've charged about $100, $150 for those. I've also done a dance recital, and I got paid about $150 for that. That was just a couple hours on a weekend. So if you're somebody who enjoys filming events, this is a great option for you. And finally, the last thing that I've done, and I kind of could put this into virtual assisting, but I'm gonna put it in a separate category, and that is social media marketing for local businesses. You can do this remotely as well, but I also think there is a market out there to do social media marketing for your local companies. And so usually you would go to the company, you would take the photos, or film reels, and then you go home and you just schedule all of that remotely. Now, this is gonna be more project-based pricing usually. So one of the things I did for this company was I filmed a kind of like long form video. I wouldn't really call that event videography because it was for their social media Facebook page. I charged about $800 for doing their Instagram and that long form video for their Facebook page. So this is a great option if you enjoy social media. As you can see, you don't have to just work remotely as a stay-at-home mom. There are ways that you can work in person as well, or you can also work partly in person and partly remotely. I think a lot of stay-at-home moms only think of like remote job. It has to be fully remote. But really, if you have a partner or family or even friends that can help you on a weekend or an evening, the potential for opening up to more jobs is there. I hope this video gave you some inspiration on jobs that you can have as a stay-at-home mom. Let me know down below which ones you're most interested in, and I will see you guys next video. Bye!